Welcome back to The Hill Sunday. With us now is Amity Shales, best-selling author of The Forgotten Man, A New History of the Great Depression, The Great Society, which chronicled Lyndon Johnson's rise to political power and his downfall. But she is perhaps most famous for her work in rescuing the reputation in the most underappreciated president of the 20th century, Calvin Coolidge. Amity, thank you for being with us. As we explore presidential leadership, there's no better place to start than the longest-serving president of them all, Franklin Roosevelt. In your book, you detail how FDR's dynamic activism, which is always beloved by historians cannot resist activist presidents, probably ended up prolonging and worsening the Great Depression. How important is it for presidents to keep their agendas tight, to be focused?
It's very important, and it's important for presidents to be predictable. The charm of FDR was his unpredictability and his exuberance, but that wasn't optimal for the economy, which was kind of pressed against the wall, waiting for surprises. And there were surprises from the Roosevelt administration. The New Deal not only opposed business, it did so in different and unpredictable ways. So you're with what becomes an antagonist over time, and business kind of flattened itself. That's one reason the Depression became the Great Depression, Chris.
Okay, overreach is also the theme of Lyndon Johnson's rapid trip to the pinnacle of presidential power and then to its nadir. But Americans in troubled times demand big things from their presidents. We were just talking with our panel before about what Americans want now out of Donald Trump. How should an executive resist the allure of trying to give people everything that they want? It's hard to do when people want change, not to fall victim of the desire of being this great historical figure.
Well, most Americans, even today, understand that a lot of the gifts they seek will come from the economy, not from the government. And that if the government is relatively still, if it doesn't buzz about in unpredicted ways, the economy might give them those gifts. That's really what was the rule of Coolidge and even Harding before him. It's been the rule with other presidents, even Reagan at times. So I think it's up to the president to stage the news. Leaders count and what they say count. And in the example of Coolidge, Chris, and before him, Harding, what they said is, we want normalcy. That didn't mean we want everyone to be just like a cog. It meant, which is what I thought in secondary school, what it meant was, we want the environment to be kind of quiet and normal so you can do fun things and start business. And there was incredible innovation in the 20s. For example, that was the decade when we got Saturday off because of the productivity gains. So you say, what did the 20s give us besides Great Gatsby? The 20s gave us more than champagne. They gave us a thing called Saturday that we still prize. I think most Americans understand that to this day, but the president has to stop acting as if he were a candy store.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.